camp. Gerald, good morning.
Morning, Stephen.
Can you tell us a little bit about EAPPI and why you've got involved?
Yes, well, EAPPI stands for the Ecumenical Accompaniment Program in Palestine and Israel. It's a program which started in 2002. It's run by the World Council of Churches, and it was a direct response to Palestinian Christians who said to the World Council of Churches they were suffering enormously from the Second Intifada uprising, and the Israeli army was coming into the West Bank very regularly, and they wanted people, volunteers, to come and support them. So since then it's been going, hundreds of people have gone out. I went out in 2005, and the main aim of the program is to be alongside both Palestinians and Israelis, those who want peace. But we believe that they won't get peace without social justice. The two are inextricably linked.
What kind of practical things do you do then when you're out there?
Well, what we do is, we escort, for instance, in Hebron, to give you one example, the companies escort children to school, because there are a number of Israeli settlers who live in Hebron. They shouldn't be there at all. This is actually Palestinian land, but they live there, and the army look after them, and the settlers often will harass the children on their way to school. So the companies make sure that they can walk to school in safety. And we also go to checkpoints, and we make sure that the Israeli soldiers behave well towards the Palestinian farmers who are often trying to get through the checkpoints to their land. Again, the checkpoints shouldn't be there at all. This is Palestinian land as agreed by the United Nations years ago, but they're often held up for a long time, and they can't get to their olive trees and their farms.
What kind of response do you get?
We get very good response. Well, the Palestinians welcome us. But one of the Palestinians once said to me, the most important thing you can do is go and tell the world what is going on here. Because although they love having us there, and we are alongside them, and that is really important because they feel very forgotten, they know that people outside the world do have very little understanding of what is going on. So when we come back, we give talks, we lobby our MPs, we talk to church people and try and make them aware of the terrible situation there.
What kind of preparation do you need or requirements to participate?
Well, the programme is actually has put out for volunteers now for next year. There is a selection process. Naturally, people are chosen very carefully to make sure that they can cope with. It's not an easy situation to be in, and you've got to work alongside people from many different cultures. You have to be quite resilient. So once you're selected, you then have a 2-week training, a very good training, which helps you to deal with, for instance, situations of violence that you may well be involved in. Luckily, I wasn't actually involved in any of those.
And what kind of response do you get from the Israelis?
Well, we work alongside the Israelis. I remember working alongside an organisation of women called Black Sash, who stand in Jerusalem. They have for weeks and weeks to protest against the occupation. Another organisation, Bet Selem, who work and highlight human rights abuses. So we do get a very good response from some Israelis, those who see the need for a big change in policies by the Israeli government. Some Israeli families aren't that interested, or a lot of Israelis, sadly, they just don't want to know. They'd rather stick their head in the sand, and sadly that's why Israeli politics is moving to the right.
So if folk want to find out more about EAPPI,
well, in this country it's run, anybody can apply. It's actually run by Quakers. I'm personally a Quaker myself, and that's why I went. But if you apply to if you look on the website, there is a website which says EAPPI. If you look up on the website, all the information is there.
Gerald, thank you very much.